I just want to clarify, just as our sidecars are going out again, Georgia, certainly after the assess crash today, we'll just confirm who's the best looking team in Hallicraft racing.
Oh, it's not a rumour, it's a fact. I'm most certainly the better looking one.
Love to have your support. Well done. It was her prompt to do that. Let's go sidecar racing, everybody. Should be exceptional.
New Zealand Grand Prix Day 2021 continues here at Ruapuna, and we're now getting set for the sidecars. Always a lovely addition to motorsport. Originally supposed to be a 12-lap race, but been reduced to 8 laps because of earlier hold-ups due to some incidents in earlier races. So 12-lapper reduced to 8, and we have 11 teams out there ready to compete. Last year's winners, Peter Goodwin, Kendall Dunlop, not here, but Barry Smith and his partner Stu Dorr, Brad Ritchie, have been in imperious form so far and are going to be hard to beat.
Yeah, absolutely. They won the sidecar title at the Suzuki National Series, the lead-up event to the Nationals. And coming down here, got the Formula 1, the long bike. We talk about Formula 2 and Formula 1 bikes. That's the Formula 1's are the big 1,000 cc's. And the Formula 2 bikes are the ones with the 600 cc engines in it. So there's a couple of Formula 2 rigs out there, but it's all just sidecars. There's no separation of classes here. And 10 of them out on track. But odds-on favourite for this one, 8-lapper, has got to be Barry Smith and Stu Dorr on that Carl Cox Motorsport City Honda machine. They have been unstoppable so far, 2 from 2. The 12 of Adam Unsworth and Bryce Rose, they had a big off-track excursion and were lucky to grab that back to finish on the podium last time around. And also look out for our 2-time defending sidecar champion pairing of Andy Scrivener and Tina McEwen. They're certainly going to be in the mix as well. We've got an 8-lap, or virtually a sprint race now. They were scheduled for a 12, but with the time restrictions, we've gone to an 8-lap race, and this should be pretty good and frantic.
Indeed it is. So Barry Smith and Stu Dorr will be on pole position. In the number 2 position, it's Scrivener and McEwen. And in third, it's going to be Unsworth and Rose. Those are the top 3. 4 fastest, Dennis Charlotte and Dan Jenkins from Christchurch, who finished 4th in both races so far in this round. So Barry Smith and Stu Dorr, their bike number is number 73. Unsworth and Rose in 12. It's the red, green and black. And number 99 is Scrivener and McEwen there in the green. All set to go. So it's Smith and Dorr on pole, Scrivener and McEwen on in the second position, as we're almost set here for the New Zealand Grand Prix for 2021 in the sidecars, 8-lap race.
Yeah, this should be pretty good. It's interesting to see who gets off the line. This track's getting pretty hot and slippery, so we'll see if these guys have got traction to the rear wheel. I always try and light up the back wheel when we go racing and the lights go out, and it's a good start from Andy Scrivener, Tina McEwen, so they get a really good jump. We've got Barry Smith and Stu Dorr just trying to pull up alongside them and take that line away. It's all frantic pace here as they dive into the first corner for this 8-lap race, but it is going to be the 73, Barry Smith, Stu Dorr doing the pasturing for him. He's going to lead around turn 1, Andy Scrivener and Tina McEwen right there in the hunt as well, and a good start, Adam Unsworth and Bryce Rose. So our 3 main contenders from the last couple of races are all exactly where you want them to be for a spectacular 8-lap New Zealand Grand Prix title race.
Yes, the Lawrence brothers are here too, Chris and Richard. They were qualifying in 5th fastest position, and the rest of the teams, we'll hopefully get to mention them, but it's going to be Smith and Dorr, and who are already building up quite a nice lead over the green bike of Scrivener and McEwen. And just in third there, Unsworth and Rose. They had a big battle in that first race today, didn't they, those other 2 teams? It would have been really interesting if Unsworth and Rose hadn't gone off into the dirt briefly.
Yeah, absolutely. These guys are on it actually at the moment. This is pretty good. These guys are really lifting the bar of sidecar racing. It was brilliant to watch them going throughout the summer. And here we go. We've got Barry Smith, Stu Dorr Barry back on the long bike now, that awesome looking LCR machine, the Formula 1 rig with City Honda power on board. And then we go in there, the 99, two-time defending champions. He's a former, I think about an 8 or 9 time sidecar champion, from the most winningest sidecar competitor in New Zealand history, Andy Scrivener. He is such a legend. We've got Adam Unsworth and Bryce Rose, a new team for this season, but doing a good job in 3rd place. We've got Dennis Charlotte, Dan Jenkins. That's the team in the Mega Motorcycle Centre right rig. They're in 4th place on the 83, so cool to see Dennis Charlotte, a legend, a former multiple-time New Zealand road race champion, and having a go at sidecar racing and already mixing it up in the top 4. Lawrence Brothers in 5th, and Mark Halls, Michelle McLean having a little battle there with Corey McKeown and Louis Scrivener, so that's 7th. Dave MacArthur and Doug Collins up there in 8th. We go to Tracy Bryant and Joe Mickelson running at our top 9. So that's our 9 runners at the moment. We've got Darryl Williams, Brian Flynn there in 10th place on their machine as well, the 38. So plenty of action here, Glenn, and still 7 laps to go.
Yeah, 0.722 of a second is the advantage between 1st and 2nd at the moment, but Unsworth and Rose are right there as well. But we're seeing maybe just that slight advantage coming through this first half of this 2nd lap. And Smith and Dorr, it's going to take a hard job for them to be overtaken. I guess that's an issue too for other teams too, Brad, is that if you're up against a team that's looking really dominant, does it start to play on your mind?
Oh yeah, it's definitely, you've put a lot of work in to get to this part of the season, and we go racing again in just a week's time, round 2. So if you need to do more, if you haven't quite got it all sorted, it is quite demoralising to watch someone sneak off in the distance. So we've got this one here, we've got round 2 just in a week's time. So yeah, these guys will be desperate to be right at the top of their game, and the 3 out in front certainly have been a class act so far this weekend. But Barry Smith and Stu Dorr, 2 from 2 so far, and they have been absolutely flying. Great to see sidecars around Ruapuna. Such a busy track. There's a mixture of lefts and rights and change of directions for swingers on sidecars is just brutal. So to have an 8-lap race to finish off the day for them, they'll be absolutely loving it. Look at that, a 1:40.0. So Barry Smith and Stu Dorr, they are flying. So fasted over the race that time around, a 1:40.06, and they were over a second quicker than anyone on this racetrack. So just an absolute statement being made at the moment with still 6 laps to go.
Yeah, that margin between 1st and 2nd is now 1.7 seconds, and then there's 2 tenths of a second back to Unsworth and Rose, who are in 3rd place at the moment. But it looks like those 2 teams are going to be resuming their battle that they had earlier on in the day, Scrivener and McKeown, and then we had Unsworth and Rose in the green car, or rather in the car that's currently in 2nd place at the moment. So it's going to be a really interesting battle.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh.
There's drama there. So something's
hello.
happened to that machine in 2nd place. Something's happened to that machine, and Andy Scrivener lucky not to drive into the back of it. So we've got drama here. They had a big tussle into the left-hander Euromark. So we've gone to a red flag, and we'll see what's happening here. Red flag situation, and more drama going on. But yeah, definite contact made into the left-hander, and then I think just an issue there. Couldn't quite get that thing back on race pace. So we'll keep an update on this one here. But we have gone to a red flag, and we'll see where we can get to with this one here. The updates coming in with this one here. 2 laps completed of the 8. So we would go to a part restart if we were going to restart this one, but we'll keep an eye on this one. Give you the update when we know more and more what's going on.
Well, there might actually be another incident there, Brad. We've had an incident on the main straight, a completely separate incident, which has happened here, and we're going to get just confirmation as to which team it is.
So we'll send our roving reporter,
Neil Ritchie,
down to pit lane to see what we can come up with. But yeah, some more drama. Can we have any more drama, Glenn? This has been just a hectic day, full of red flags and offs and thrills and spills. Some dominant Grand Prix performances. And this one here, red flag situation. Everyone comes back into the pits, and the officials will make a decision. But 2 laps gone, 6 laps to go. I would say we'll do a restart with the remaining 6 laps. Hopefully everything's A-OK. We're going to send our roving pit reporter down, Neil Ritchie, and get an update from him.
Well, hopefully we can get that news. He's just making his way down now. And there's been an incident, yeah, just in front of us. We get obscured by the wall, but hopefully we'll get the team at the moment. They're just standing by for that. We've got, it must be Tracy Bryan and Joe Mickelson. I know they're in the pits safely now too. Let's wait and see. Yes, it is Williams and Flynn. Daryl Williams and Brian Flynn. Bike number 38, which has had the issue down the home straight. And the good news is that it's been moved off the track as we speak.
So yeah, just a mechanical. Rider and swinger both A-OK. So just a mechanical failure down the front straight, and with a machine that close to the track. Just had to be the red flag. So a bit of a recovery going on at the moment, and should be in line to get that 6-lap restart underway. And man, that was shaping up to be quite a doozy. So see what this one comes up with. 6-lap restart coming up.
Well, we just heard the news from Race Control that actually racing has been declared over for the day. So due to this last incident in this sidecars race with Daryl Williams and Brian Flynn, Neil's just made his way back up here to talk to us. Neil, what information are you able to pass on to us?
Certainly, when the guys had a mechanical error and they've left some oil on the track, and of course there's literally nowhere to go. It's probably one of the worst places to be forced to stop, which is why the officials had to put the red flag. Other parts of the track, if you've actually got a expired motorcycle, you can get it right off the track, but right here in the narrowness of the Brian FM start, those guys could push off, but far too close to the track, and as it's turned out, too much oil on the track anyway, and with our time that's gone on now to 18 past 5, it certainly has put a bit of a cloud over our classes. Luckily, of course, most of the championship racing has been complete. Thank you. It looks like we are going to do a podium, so we'll catch you next.
He's off. He's off.
Yeah, roving reporter Neil Ritchie going back down to the Parc Fermé where our podium celebrations are happening. And yeah, no, well, that's a bit more drama. So definitely an action-packed afternoon here at Mike Pero Motorsport Park, but can't argue with the weather. The racing's been pretty good, and this has been an absolute pleasure. So we're going to cross down to Neil Ritchie soon, who will have a podium presentation for our sidecars. 2 laps completed of that one, and the event been called off. There's been a bit of a debris spill on the track, and there we're going to go, and the officials are cleaning up at the moment, but just not enough time in the day to get that cleaned up and racing again. So the day has been declared, and we're going to go to Neil Ritchie, who will have our podium and our wrap up down there. Good stuff from Glenn. Thank you very much for joining us. It's been an absolute pleasure calling the action here, and thank you very much for tuning in. I've had a pleasure, and we'll see you in a week's time at Levels International Raceway for round 2 of the New Zealand Superbike Championship. But right now we're going to cross down to Neil.
Well, the result of the race for the top 3 has been declared, and we're hopefully going to have those top 3 come and join us for our podium. Still able to do our podium. So to those first, second and third sidecar combos, love you to come over here to our podium, guys. We'll do a wrap for the day by at least giving you your congratulations and media time you deserve. So calling for those top 3 from our sidecars here to the podium now. Thanks, guys, gals. Love you on board. Want to show off you to the rest of the world. Certainly not the way we wanted to finish today. These little incidents has come along, but but hey, they're part of our sport. It's what makes it exciting. If we always thought there was going to be the same riders doing the same things, you could almost do the finish before you've done the day's start. So the drama that goes with it is immense, and a great example of that there at trackside. So bring it on to our top 3 combos in the sidecars. We have our podium for you now. Thank you. Just a call as well to transponders. Transponders, please return transponders and collect your licences, and make sure you go back to the track office to do that. Transponder and licence collection at the track office. Thank you.
She's already a taken woman, bro. Sorry? She's already a taken woman.
Just making a call for Barry and Stu. Barry and Stu, love you here at the podium, guys. Barry, Stu, podium for you now for the Grand Prix. Thanks, guys. Somebody know where they are, where they're pitted? Sorry, I don't. Haven't caught up with that, so can track them down. Barry and Stu for the podium now. Cool, we've got an opportunity with one each from our combos of that sidecar racing to do our GP podium. And first of all, Bryce, man, some dramas wrapped up in this day, but as much of the race run that you're still going to get third place. So pretty awesome for some consistency today.
Yeah, very much so. Yeah, consistency paid off, and we're very happy to come away with third in a New Zealand GP title. After all the work that's been put in by the team over the last year to build a bike that's the only one in the world. And to come away with a podium finish at a New Zealand GP title, mate, doesn't get any better than that, eh?
Well, done. I love your positiveness. Great to hear. And certainly an opportunity for Tina to come and join us. First of all, Tina, drama. What an absolute drama-filled day. But I'll tell you what, we're still in the sun. We're still here. We've finished our racing, and sidecars have been an absolute ball today. Been great to be out there swinging.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, I love it. I've had absolute fun this weekend. You know, we've done some personal bests and we're riding like on fire. So I'm really happy. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, indeed. For people out there thinking, here's this petite lady that hops on a sidecar and goes swinging. Tell us a little bit about a lap, what you do out there, so that people just get an idea. Like super physical, isn't it?
Yeah, this track is pretty busy for passengers, and it's just a case of getting your breathing under control when you're in amongst it. If you stop breathing, that's when you really get fatigued, and you just concentrate on, you know, the next corner and just go, because you don't want to let your rider down. You've got to be there and keep that wheel down.
All right, what's some of the training that you can tell people that you do to be holding on as tight as you've got to?
Well, that's the interesting thing. I go to the gym every morning and I still get fatigued. You can't train for this. You're using your body in a completely different way. But obviously training does help, but yeah.
Well done. Great story to tell. Lady goes to the gym every day. That's what it's all about. Stu, you guys are out in front. You've just gone. Is it sort of time to tap him on the shoulder and say, can you whip the jug on, give us a cuppa on the way round?
It'd be nice, wouldn't it? But anyway, no, Scrivy was there. He was mixing it up. So, yeah, we thought we were going to have a bit more of a close battle in that race. So, yeah, maybe, but it didn't happen. So
maybe it didn't happen. Yeah. Super consistent. Pleasure to be on board with that guy.
Oh, yeah. Yep, definitely. It's another level, you know.
Yeah, another level. Here. Hey, Barry, the incentive. First of all, here a few years ago, a bad crash. You had the memories of that to try and push to the side, and you've come back here an even better machine this year compared to last year. Are you still that fired up about it?
Of course, yeah. I love this sport. It's, I think once you start, it gets under your skin, and I just keep going as long as I can. Obviously, with the support of Carl, I mean, it's enabled me to have such a good bike, and it's a great team behind us. So we're really enjoying our racing.
Great to see, and we've been enjoying watching the sidecars this week. And here we go with Stu and Barry. We've got Tina doing the swinging and Bryce doing the swinging over there. 4 of our 6 combos for sidecars. That's a wrap from here from Ruapuna, round number 1 for the Underground Brown New Zealand Motorbike Championship, NZSBK. Remember, it will be along and alive again next weekend. We're hopefully going to enjoy more of this Kiwi summer. More importantly, we're the lucky country in the world that's having some super fun going racing. Let's everybody shout it out for our sponsors, Sky Sport, along with Pirelli, along with Aon and Underground Brown, and many of those classes that have come together. Our awesome volunteers, our flaggies and our crash rescue, they've been full on this weekend. We've loved it. Hope you are as well. Let's hear it. NZSBK 2021. Well done.